This is called The Husband Realized His Wife is the Murderer.
I can't see her doing something like that. She's super intelligent.
Well, you blind and stupid.
This is the moment Zach realized his wife, Ashley, was a secret murderer. Police found Taylor Wright, a friend of his wife, lying dead on his property. Police suspect Ashley was the murderer, but Zach refuses to believe it. Little did he know, he was about to get the shock of his life in the interrogation room.
Can you tell me how you came to know Taylor?
Through working PI cases.
Okay.
She'd come over to our house every now and then. She met my wife. They became friends.
Did you guys ever have a falling out or?
Never. From doing this job for so long, I would just pick up little lies from her. Stuff just didn't start seeming right. She would disappear for days. You couldn't get her on the phone. Greg and I would try to call her. You couldn't get her on the phone.
Taylor had been known to go missing for days at a time, but this time was different. She hadn't been seen for over a month before she was found. Early on, cops believed her disappearance was nothing out of the ordinary, but she'd left everything at home, and what little texts she sent to her friends were in language she wouldn't normally.
Wait. That's his wife he's talking about? Hold on. Because she's for the streets already.
I would just pick up little lies from her. Wife, they became friends.
Oh, the old girl.
She'd come over to our house every now and then. She met my wife. They became friends.
Did you guys ever have a falling out or?
Never. From doing this job for so long, I would just pick up little lies from her. Stuff just didn't start seeming right. She would disappear for days. You couldn't get her on the phone. Greg and I would try to call her. You couldn't get her on the phone.
Taylor had been known to go missing for days at a time, but this time was different. She hadn't been seen for over a month before she was found. Early on, cops believed her disappearance was nothing out of the ordinary, but she'd left everything at home, and what little texts she sent to her friends were in language she wouldn't normally use.
I mean, I'm sure now you've read the news and everything.
Yeah.
You kind of know the date that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had a chance to go back and pinpoint where you were on
the
the 8th of September?
It's I can't remember, but I've tried to do the very best I can so I could tell y'all the best I can. I went to the bank yesterday to pull my statement. I know I ate lunch at the seafood place at 9 Mile in Pine Forest. I ate there. And I remember eating by myself, and I remember Ash not being able to make it because she was tied up with work.
Taylor was last seen on the 8th of September, so Zach attempts to recount what he was doing that day. Given that he used his debit card to purchase food in the area, it's likely that his story is true. What's interesting, though, is that he mentioned he was out on his own as his wife was busy with work. It seems that he fully believes this to be the truth, and while he knows his wife has been questioned about the murder, he doesn't know that she's currently the #1 suspect. The cops aren't trying to learn more about the case. They're trying to determine if Zach had a hand in the murder, or at the very least, turn him against his own wife.
So they're trying to
Do
single
you
him
know
out.
anything about this money that Taylor had given you all?
No, absolutely not. She's never given me anything. I've never got anything from that. No.
Okay. Do you know anything about your finances?
No, to be honest. I give her when I work a case or and I got a settlement from my attorney, I hand it straight to Ash.
What is this guy? A private investigator? I'm sorry, I keep missing shit. It's a lot to soak up while you doing the technicals and trying to stay not sober.
Ash, she takes care of everything.
The money the detective is referring to here is a sum of $34,000 that Taylor had given to Ashley for safekeeping. Taylor was going through a divorce and wanted the money away from her own accounts. But instead of putting it in a safety deposit box as promised, records show Ashley put it into her own accounts. By the time Taylor wanted it back, she'd already spent all of it. Coincidentally, Taylor...
with friends like that, what do you really need in life? Nothing. You got a friend that's willing to spend all the bread she trusted to you.
Taylor only asked for it back on the 8th of September. If it's not already obvious by now, Zach is a very caring person who obviously trusted his wife a lot.
Zach's a dork and his wife is for the streets and he never knew it.
So far, he's provided solid answers to where he was when Taylor disappeared and his involvement in the couple's finances, equating to almost none. But the detectives have to rule out any involvement whatsoever, so they decide to discuss where the body was found.
The property up on Britt Road,
Mm-hmm.
and that's owned by her aunt and uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been out there?
Yeah.
When's the last time you think you were out there?
The last time I went out there is when I traded my four-wheeler for a side-by-side. And that's the last time I've been. Before that, it was, I couldn't tell you.
Well, when was that?
A couple months back.
Your phone number, the 554 number, do you always keep that on you?
Yeah, I reckon.
Do you ever loan it out to anybody?
No.
Okay.
No.
Would you
never.
ever loan it to anybody, or
No.
do you remember Ashley ever using it, taking it with her?
No. Never.
Okay, did it ever get lost or stolen or anything and get replaced?
No, not that I recall.
Okay.
This might seem like a random question, but phone records actually played a huge part in uncovering the truth in this case. Not only did they show Ashley on the property Taylor was found dead at on the 8th, but they also showed Taylor's phone at a wedding Ashley attended the very next day. But Taylor was never seen at the wedding or anywhere else after that date.
Their
Detectives
phone
here are
was-
just trying to confirm that if suspicious activity was discovered from Zach's phone records, there would be no way to argue that it wasn't him in control of the phone. But remember, Zach still has very little idea surrounding the true nature of this case. He doesn't know how much evidence the cops have against his wife. All he's doing is defending himself and providing answers that'll hopefully solve the case. So given his compliance so far, the detectives decide to try and question him about some more physical evidence.
Do you own any 9mm
Yeah.
handguns?
Whole
What
bunch.
kinds?
My Glock.
Just one or
Yeah. When I've got a lot of guns. So,
Mhm.
a lot. I think one Glock 9.
what model?
19.
19? Okay. Do you know how Taylor died?
Yeah, for Ackerman told me that the girl was shot, and he heard that from Molchan.
So Ackerman told you and he got it from Molchan?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he elaborate on anything else?
He just said that they thought the girl was shot.
Okay. Did you ever buy Ashley a gun or anything of that nature?
Man, over the years, yeah. Yeah. I bought her a 380 one time,
What kind?
PPK.
Okay. And does she carry a firearm?
I haven't seen her one in quite a while. Not at all. Mm-mm.
It's starting to fall together for him. If he didn't know, if he just playing dumb, yeah, wifey got guns. Yeah.
Do you own a 38 airweight?
Yes. And that, I mean, she used to, that's the last thing I ever remember seeing her with was a 38 airweight. And that was, I haven't seen her with that in I don't know how long.
I mean, I'm interested. Did you kill or participate in the death
Absolutely
of?
not.
Damn.
I would
Whatever.
never.
He answered that too quick. I feel like the old man knew, the husband knew. He answered that too quick.
Airweight. And that was, I haven't seen her with that in I don't know how long.
I mean, I'm interested. Did you kill or participate in the death
Absolutely
of?
not. I would
Whatever.
never.
Answer
this question.
Okay. Whatever.
Did you kill or participate, or do you have any knowledge?
Zero, Jason. Absolutely none. I don't want to be nowhere near it. Nothing involved with it. Nothing. I know nothing about it.
The detectives are now trying to ramp up the pressure.
He just said he don't want to be nowhere near it. It sounds like he's had this conversation with his wife. I don't want nothing to do with this. This is on you. That's what it feels like to me. But that's just me.
Slightly. Zach has seemed extremely comfortable up.
Nowhere near it. Nothing involved with it. Nothing. I know nothing about it.
The detectives are now trying to ramp up the pressure slightly. Zach has seemed extremely comfortable up to this point, and they're likely just trying to test whether that's because of the more casual nature of the interview so far, or if it's because he genuinely is innocent. However, Zach stays calm, and his body language confirms this. As the pressure mounts, Zach doesn't lean back, cross his arms, or really become closed off in any way as a guilty person may. Instead, he leans forward, maintains eye contact, and his statements are clear and concise.
But isn't he an officer of some sort or some kind of investigator of some sort? He would understand that. He would understand how that body language works.
His posture here is one of confidence and cooperation. His feet are flat on the ground, and he's leaning towards the detectives, proving that he feels safe around them, and that he's got nothing to hide. In fact, this is just one of 2 different positions Zach has assumed throughout the interrogation. The other being a more casual, upright position with his hands.
Show the position your wife put you in. That's the position you in right now, Papa.
Hands and legs open. Zach is doing everything he can to appear innocent, and yet the pressure continues to mount.
What do you think happened to Taylor?
I couldn't tell you, Jason. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, nobody deserves to ever get anything happen to them like that whatsoever. I don't know, buddy.
You know,
what
buddy.
happened to her.
And, I'm asking you, as this investigation continues, whether it's text, phone records, computers, financials.
You ever just ponder out
Do you believe your wife is capable of doing something like this?
when your SEO is going to get any better? Well, you need an ultimate strategy behind
Do you believe your wife?
computers,
Do you believe your wife is capable of murdering her friend like this? Well, for 34 stacks, she's prepared.
It's text, phone records, computers, financials. Is there going to be anything that hems you up or
No,
ties you
absolutely
to that?
nothing.
Well, and not just being involved in the actual murder, but
After the fact.
as far as, afterwards.
Helping conceal.
If any person in this world was like, "Hey Zach, come help me do something," I would run from that mother as fast as I could.
Well, I mean, just hell, it's all over the news.
But what if it was wifey?
You've
You
read it.
said you hand over your check to her already. No questions asked. I'm sure a lot of people do that. But would you bury a body for her?
Yeah, I've read
Right.
it, and I'm
And I mean,
trying to swallow it and figure it out. I mean, it's like it's terrible.
but you've read it, so you know at least some of the details. Just based upon that and your knowledge of the job that we do and the job that you used to do, what's your thought?
Feelings aside,
Just logically.
I can't see her doing something like that. I mean, she's super intelligent. She's got a criminal. I mean,
master's degree.
yeah, or is it master's or I don't know, one of the two. And
This
that's
guy's
just
dope.
sloppy. I mean, that's sloppy. I can't see her doing that.
There's obvious
Sloppy. Yeah, it's real sloppy. She had money in accounts. Her homegirl's missing. She used the phone everywhere. Took the phone to a wedding she's only at. But she got a patsy like you to vouch for her.
obviously a lot going on in Zach's head.
Too. And that's just sloppy. I mean, that's sloppy. I can't see her doing that.
There's obviously a lot going on in Zach's head right now. He obviously doesn't want to believe his wife killed someone, but his years of experience as a PI, coupled with
that's
all
what
the
it is.
evidence against his wife.
He's a PI, and he knows what's up. Extendo on deck and the Merca holster with the high sweat guards for Merca.
Logically have to be convincing him otherwise. To believe his wife killed someone, but his years of experience as
You
a
know it,
PI,
Popeye.
coupled with all the evidence against his wife, logically have to be convincing him otherwise. Not only were there the bank statements and the cell phone records, but Ashley was even caught on camera at a hardware store purchasing the exact same type of cement that was used to fill Taylor's grave.
Come on, it's all coincidence. Stop it. It's pure coincidence. She's smarter than that. She got a bachelor's. You know how many dummies I know with degrees? Stop it. Y'all bullshitting. A bunch of dummies with degrees. Whew. Like the world ain't an episode of How to Get Away with Murder where everybody's just genius. Nah, man. A bunch of dummies with degrees. But that's all pure coincidence. Come on. She filled that hole with sarcasm, my sarcasm, because look at you. Look at you, girl.
Purchasing the exact same type of cement that was used to fill Taylor's
That's just a
grave.
coincidence.
At this
Come
point,
on.
though, the detectives have seen all they need to.
Oh, so that's just a coincidence, man. The whole, her being at a Home Depot buying the exact cement that she filled the hole with. It's just a coincidence according to this goofball here. She's smarter than that. She got a bachelor's degree, dog.
Zach takes a minute to discuss a few things with his lawyer, and he signs a search warrant allowing them to obtain all his cell phone records.
That's it.
Eventually, Zach is cleared of any wrongdoing and is allowed to return home. His wife, however, was a different.
Look at that face. Predatory animal. Old girl confided in her. Now, if the story goes the way the story goes, old girl looked at her. Now, might have been stupidly she did this. Well, we know now it was stupidly that she did this, but she was looking at old girl like a real friend. Listen, I'm getting a divorce. I got this bread. I don't want dude to get my bread. Let me stash this with you for a while, and you put it up in, I think she told her she was going to put it in safe deposit boxes. Boom, next thing you know, she's in her Chase ATM. She got an extra 34 grand, and she starts eating through it. She looks like somebody that likes to eat money. And eat up men, because that's another thing she did. She ate up that man that was in there vouching for her smarts, her bachelor's degree smarts. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But old girl looked at her like a real friend. Like a real friend. And she got smoked for it and buried in the cement and shit. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Different story.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Ashley MacArthur, guilty of first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm as charged in the indictment.
Ashley MacArthur was sentenced to life in prison with a mandatory sentence of 25 years and is now serving her time away from her husband behind bars.
Bruh, the only thing dude would have been stupider was if he went down for her. You know what I mean? But he didn't see that. He didn't see none of that happening. He's one of them come home, hand her the bread. She got everything covered. He don't know she got a demon in her. And she was capable of doing that to her homegirl. You see how he judged her friend at the beginning, the one that died, Taylor. He was like, she would lie about this, lie about that. It was like he was conscious about that with old girl, but he wasn't conscious about that with his own wife. Sucker. So he should have caught a charge just for being stupid. He knew better. He knew his wife was for the streets. If she got friends that he looks at as red flags, that's just him ignoring the red flags in his own wife, because she was probably easy for him to pull. You know what I'm saying? And that's just him ignoring the red flags in his wife and saying, well, this is the woman I got. This is what I'm good enough to get, and I'm good. Until she tried to get him involved in a 25 to life sentence.